I'm Carly. I am one of Sophia's classmates.
I'm Natasha. I am a classmate to Sophia too.
Okay, so from kids chasing soccer balls at recess to older adults competing in community leagues, sports are played by people of all ages across the world. But what exactly happens to our bodies and minds when we participate in sports at different ages in our life? So today, I'm going to inform you about how playing sports affects physical health, mental well-being, and social development. So understanding how sports impact our bodies and minds at various ages provides valuable knowledge, whether you're involved in youth sports, adult recreation, or planning for your later years. So I've researched this topic using peer-reviewed sources from sports medicine journals and public health organizations to provide you with evidence-based information. So based on my research, it demonstrates that sports participation throughout the lifespan is associated with measurable health benefits, including enhanced physical and cognitive development in childhood, improved mental health and fitness in adulthood, and better mobility, cognitive function, and social engagement in older age. So first, I'll explain how sports affects children's physical and cognitive development. Second, I'll describe how sports influences adults' mental and physical health. And finally, I'll share what research shows about pretty much participation in adults of older age. So let's begin by exploring what happens when children participate in sports. So according to the Center for Disease Control and Prevention in their physical activity guidelines, children who participate in regular sports develop stronger bones and muscles, lower body fat, and higher fitness levels compared to their inactive peers. And the CDC's research documents that regular physical activity in childhood and adolescence is important for promoting lifelong health and well-being. And research published in the JAMA Network Open in 2004 by Yang and colleagues found that children who participated in team sports at the ages of 10 and 11 in general just found they had exhibited superior function. So that meant like including focus, problem solving, and in general emotional regulation. And the research explained that team sports place children under high cognitive demands due to interactions with teammates and opponents. So then, as children grow into adults, sports participation continues to have measurable effects on health. So according to the American Psychiatric Association, adults who engage in regular physical activity experience reduced symptoms of anxiety and depression. And in general, the APA explains that physical activity benefits mental health by increasing blood circulation to the brain and regulating the body's stress response system. And a 2020 study by Stevens and Cruz, published in the Annals of Behavioral Medicine, found that people who were part of sports exercise groups stayed more physically active over 14 years compared to others with a similar activity levels. So because of this, in general, it just showed that adults who played more, maybe even earlier or later in their lives, could have less of a likely to be sick or maybe, in a sense, have a healthier overall lifestyle than compared to people who didn't play sports. And this research shows that health effects continue to happen later in your life, so more when you get older in your senior years. So a study published in the British Journal of Sports Medicine in 2003 examined the effect of sports on health in people aged 60 years and older through a systematic review and meta-analysis. And they found that when adults played more into their senior years, their mobility was better, their concentration was better, their balance was better, which kind of goes back to mobility. And in general, they experienced slower rates of cognitive decline, which attributed to increased blood flow to the brain and enhanced neuroplasticity. And then the last thing is their social engagement and their motivation. So a systematic review by Stenner and colleagues in 2020 examined reasons why older adults play sports. And through that, they found that many of them do it because they want to be a part of a community, they want to develop relationships, or in general just experience competition. And the study documented that 83% of the reviewed studies identified community and friendship factors as motivating, as a way for them to motivate themselves to keep participating in these events. So based on this research finding shows consistent patterns across all stages of life. So today we've examined how sports affect health throughout the lifespan. We We started with childhood, where sports influences physical and cognitive development. We moved through adulthood, where studies document mental health and physical effects. And then finally, we looked at research on sports and aging, which shows association with mobility, cognitive function, and social well-being. And so the research demonstrates that sports participation is associated with measurable health outcomes at every stages of your life, especially when you start as a child, your adulthood, and your senior year. So based on all of this, the scientific evidence consistently shows that sports participation is connected to various aspects of health and well-being throughout the human lifespan.